Alright, now here's the jury. Dibs, Joey, Glenn, Vader, Coolest, Lucy, Dahi, and Lake put it out of last tribal council. They are all here to do one thing and one thing only. Well, I guess two things. Damn it. I'm so stupid. To, one, try and figure out who they are going to vote for by asking you questions, making statements, and just trying to gauge you guys through talking to you. And then they're going to vote for a winner. So, with that out of the way, I want to quickly get the final three to make their first opening statements. And then we'll hand it off to the jury, and then we'll do final closing statements. So, I'm going to go left to right. Sai, you're up first.
Oh boy. Alright, so I think I played a pretty, a silent assassin type of game, where I was a part of almost all of the big moves in this game. I facilitated some of them, and then I was kind of in the shadows, letting other people take the heat for a lot of them too. I knew who I needed to stick true with to get further in the game, and I knew who was a bigger threat and when. And when I felt like I was on the outs, I had the protection, and granted it wasn't in my favor, but I had the protection that was going home there that I would have not.
Alright, Emerit.
You'll have to forgive me, I'm not very good at these.
I'm not either.
Yeah. I would say I've played a particularly good game. I've been particularly benign. I would say that for the most part I've really been under the radar for a lot of people, with the exception of the first two tribals I went to. I've played practically a perfect game. I haven't received any votes aside from that. I would say that I've been pretty strong alliance-wise. Like, I might not have been the ones calling the shots, but I've at the very least been there making sure things have been going smoothly, running well. Like, I wouldn't say that Sai's been calling all the shots. I've thrown in a few here and there. But,
I didn't say I was calling the shots.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, and Barry?
Hello, I have went into this game without much Minecraft Survivor experience, and honestly, I expected to be a very early boot for my challenge non-performance, so I was very lucky to be on a tribe with Lord Laylaps, who took a big blow for me. No, this is not a joke. I think that if we wouldn't have had him, it could have been me there, but I was focused on the first day to get to people who I could stick with and to suck up to them kinda and stick to them. And it became pretty clear going further and further in the game that it was supposed to go in a way where I could eventually pick a side that would decide to go up the power players and leave behind my old alliance, but that never happened until the third session today at Final 7, where it was everybody going after them. So before the third session I've been very under the radar and partially maybe invisible, but after the Final 7 vote I think that I have stood up a lot. I have won my first individual challenge, but we all did at some point, and that I played an honest game at that point and told people when I would go after them, because they were people who stood out and would win at some point, namely Lucidity and Dahi. So yeah, I think this would be why I could win this. Thank you.
All names in my speech will be left anonymous. So there are 3 of you here. There is one of you that deserves to win. And then there's 2 of you here that never ever wanted to even attempt to work with me. My only question for all of you is, what would you have done differently?
Let's go first. I guess I'll just go first then when nobody starts. Right? Okay, Dips?
Yes.
Okay. What I would have done differently? I don't think much. I would have liked to have gotten in touch with people from the purple side earlier, namely Dahi and Lake. Dahi, well, yeah. Dahi and Lake. Because I was feeling very comfortable on the yellow side of the game for a while. A bit too comfortable as well, so yeah. I felt safe with my options and I could have reached out more, but at this point we are here at Final Tribal Council and the way we went here worked out fine, I feel.
Yeah, it certainly seems like sticking with yellow is smart for you considering the final 3 here.
Alright, I'll go next. The one thing I would change was I would want to keep Coolest in this game longer. Having to vote him out, like, actually, I don't know. Him and I actually bonded outside in this game. Outside we've talked a few times here and there, but we've never been like friends. But like going outside of this game, I feel like I can call him an actual friend now. So voting him out in the way it happened really just kind of sucked for me, and I'm sure it did for him obviously. But it was the move I felt I had to make, but I don't know, if I could just go back and keep him and salvage our friendship, I would have done that.
Alright.
I'm gonna say that your opening statement seems very biased and rather loaded, so ignoring that. I don't really know what I could have done to have played a better game. Like, I probably could have, but aside from that, I don't know, I feel like that's part of my nature though, I'm just rather quiet in general, so... But I'd say that that has sort of helped from the...
Okay.
Sort of playing as more of a background character.
I will tell you that all 3 of your answers have had me change my decision. So, congrats for that, and congrats for being the final 3.
Thank you, Dibs. Joey, you're up next.
Okay. Hello. Just want to say first congratulations to all 3 of you for making the final 3. It's a very good achievement. Well done. Thank you, mate. And thank you, Nintendo, for organizing all this. I will say that I have a different question for all 3 of you. I do apologize if this or a different statement for all 3 of you. So I do apologize if this takes a little bit. I'm going to start with Merrick. Merrick, what did you do in this game to deserve your spot in the final 3? I mean, like, despite the switch vote at the end to try and keep Blake in the game instead of making it like a 3-1 thing, you didn't really do any. To my knowledge at least, you didn't do anything. However, I remember in your opening speech you said that you didn't think Sai called all the shots. You said you called some of them as well. What did you do? What shots did you call in this game to make you deserve your place in the C? Get me to vote for you. What did you do?
The initial, the first tribal that we went to, the one where Lord was voted out, I feel like that was the obvious vote, but I was the first person to put Lord forward. I was also the first person to put forward Glenn. About that, Glenn. And to say that I've been following everyone else and is kind of untrue since... Sorry, Lucy, I was the one who voted for Dahi, so you were completely trustworthy. And spoilers to everyone, I was the one who voted for Glenn.
I was also aware.
So, I haven't been entirely... I told you all. Wow, okay. I haven't been entirely doing nothing, per se.
Okay. Is that okay? Fairy, you're next. What moves did you make in this game that you thought were interesting enough to get to this point? To my knowledge, you never won any immunities, and you never seemed, at least during my time in the game, you never seemed willing to make any big moves during my time. I might be wrong, but you tell me what moves you made in this game to make you deserving of my vote.
Okay, Joey. Basically, I pretty much started playing game once Coolest was gone, who has been pretty much making the shots and has been a very, very central figure for the game. And after that, for my opinion, went pretty wild. the target after that at Final 7, and it worked out. I've called out Dahi as a target, which was a consensus in a way, but I still told him that I would vote for him and why I would, and it did work out in the end. So I think that at that point, it's just those two votes where I've made my well, best moves. I have been willing to work with people before, that, but nobody ever really stood up to take out, let's say, coolest. But yeah, those are those. Also, I won one challenge, but it didn't matter that much. I think it was final 6, maybe. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna get this out of the way straight away. Americ,
Oops.
what was your reasoning for the vote on me, and then Dahi the 1 vote?
Yours just absolute wild card. I thought I'd throw a curveball out there just to confuse everyone, and I'd say that worked. Everyone was pretty confused by that one. Let me think. Why did I vote for you? Why did I vote for
Dahi.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I honestly can't quite remember. No, I think it was because he was more of a challenge threat at the time, and Lucy wasn't really as such, so...
Okay.
I don't think it would have had any grand impacts, but it was just more getting a stronger...
Do you regret the idle play during the tribal I went out, or do you think it was good to have the reinsurance anyway?
I think it was, in my head, I think it is a good move. I felt like I was on the outs there, and that cushion for me just made sure I would get to the next session in that case, because that was the last tribal, but having that, I felt like you going home for sure, because I was writing your name down, if they were to flip on me, would have kept that move in place, and I could further my game from there with what I had planned.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, and good luck, you 3.
How's it going, guys? Congrats on Final 3. My first question is for American Ferry. It seems like for most of the game, you guys have been together, and most of the notable plays you've brought up, you've been both involved in that. So why should one of you deserve the win over the other?
Who was first?
I guess I'll take it first. Well, to say we were together for the longest time, yeah, that's true. I think it was more of a mutual interest, like we both benefited from working with each other, and as was shown by the last tribal, as soon as that had sort of ended, like, I turned on him with some regret, but it was more just a mutual agreement, so it was of mutually beneficial to both of us, so. But we've both played our own separate games, so I think there's merits in either of us.
Okay, so I think our games have been, like Merrick said, very mutual. We've ended up in the same tribe, and we've ended up in a follower position, but our games have been very different in the way of us playing the, I guess, idle and challenge advantage hunt game. Emeric usually went off alone, just somewhere people were saying, hey, where's Emeric? Well, I just tried to stick to my few people and try to bounce the ideas with the other groups. So I've been more on that side, and I think that I was, towards the end, I was more outspoken, well, you know the word, I guess, more loud at Tribal Council and bouncing out my ideas there to see what happens. So I think I've been more present in many ways than Emeric. Also, I want to point out that Emeric has been the only player I've played Minecraft Survivor against, and he's kind of fucked me over there. So I think I deserve one kudo for not going hard after him. I've considered it for a while, but it was just yeah.
Rude of you.
Yeah, I mean, you did fuck me over, but it's all fine, all forgotten. It's just different game, different.
I at least shed one tear when I had to put your name in there. So.
Well. That's fine.
Alright, thanks guys. My second question is for Sai. what do you feel like was your turning point in the season? Where did you go from feeling that you had an actual good chance of taking this game?
I think I felt a little more comfortable once, I would say around when Lucidity went home. After that vote, it was the tie, and then it was obviously between me and her. And from there, I felt like I had a decent shot to win immunity and play the social game that I've been playing with, trying to like call the shots with these two once Spencer was out. So after that, once Lucidity went home, I felt a lot more comfortable in my game and progressing my game, both socially and like challenge-wise.
Alright, cool. And my final question is for Americ specifically. I feel very betrayed that you took off the Shea head. Why'd you do it?
Listen, man, I've been wearing it the entire game. I've got to show my true colors at the very end, so...
Alright, fair enough. I have nothing against you all, considering that I wasn't even voted out of this game. But, no matter who wins, I'm happy that you guys made the final three.